Hi, Diane. Yes, this going over my souls isn't going to take very long this week. This is the slowest week I think I ever had since I've started selling on eBay. But I'm still, my inventory is still dwindling down a little bit. I would have had a much better sale. Somebody on Poshmark had ordered he bundled 10 items together. They were all men's sweaters. Okay. I went through and I found all of them except one. So then I didn't know how to do that when you're missing one. And also, you couldn't have fit those in one box. And it would have been very overweight anyway, even if you could. So he also just made me offers, singly made me offers. So he just offered me $10 for each one, and they were well over $20 a piece. So I went back and I gave them counter offers, and I had to delete one from the list of actives because it had already been sold. So out of all those 10 that he was going to order, he only ordered one. So I only had one Poshmark sale, and that was it all week. I have another one that somebody bought today, but their payment isn't going through, so they have to adjust something in their payment. I don't know. Sometimes that happens, and then it'll come active in a couple days. But I think I only sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10 eBay items and one Poshmark item. Just horrible week. Now, one day, which is Friday, my son had surgery. So I did not, he had hernia surgery. It was all done by a robot, scope and a robotic thing. He was only in the hospital total of 5.5 hours, and they booted him out. But so I waited here, and his wife, my daughter-in-law, just kept texting me back and forth what was happening. So he's fine. He's home. He's doing good. So I didn't do anything that day as far as eBay goes. I think I did some offers to watchers, but that was it. I didn't list anything. So the last couple days I've been listing 7 or 8, mostly 8 a day. And then those 8 are new items to Poshmark. So they go on as new items onto Poshmark. So let's hope next week's a little better. I was thinking, if this keeps getting slower and slower, and because I really don't want to buy anything else, I just want to get rid of a lot of inventory. So I'm wondering if I do any of those live shows, it'll have to be after I get my hair cut. I'm not going on looking like this. I wonder if that would work to get rid of a lot of items. I don't know. I've never done it before. Hi, Brookie Lou. Hi. Brookie Lou, I'm getting 4 new started pullets on the 20. They're being shipped on the 27th of March. Hi, Bumblebee. So I'll have my 5 plus 4. So I'll have 9 hens then. We'll see how this goes. I've never ordered started pullets before. Yeah. I ordered an Easter egger, a Rhode Island red, which I've never had before. It's a very common breed. What else did I order? A barred rock, barred Plymouth Rock, which I've had several times. And another one I've never had is this salmon Faverol. They sort of look like Easter eggers. I mean, as far as having the puffs, the little cheek puffs. Um, so that it looks like a really pretty bird. It's a lot of white on it with a lot of gold feathers around its neck. So we'll see. All of them are good for up north in the wintertime. Yeah, I'm excited to see how much work compared to getting chicks, which is a lot of work, compared to that. Maybe if I had ordered them later, like April or May, it would be even easier because I'd be able to put them outside for sure. Now, March is a little iffy. Now they'll have all their feathers and everything. And then you have to do the whole thing of introducing them to your flock. So I'll be busy with that. In the meantime, I have to get that old playpen out to put them in when they first arrive. I think I'll put it down in the basement and just have something to put them in till I decide what to do. Then I have to, before they get here, I have to also get the, it's actually a rabbit hutch I have out there. I never had rabbits, but I got it to put chickens in if you had to quarantine a chicken. I never did. I never used it. But it's out there. It'll hold those 4 little pullets for sure. And then I'm not sure if I can fit that. Maybe with some help, I can squeeze that into the run, and that would be perfect then. They would be in there, but they'd be away from the bigger, older hens. Oh, Bumblebee, you didn't miss much. Yeah, I just got on here. Yeah, new babies. New slightly grown babies. When they're that age, they're at the ugly stage. They're sort of the just before teenage years in a chicken, and they're sort of gangly looking. They don't have their pretty combs and wattles, and they don't have their tail feathers much. But it'll be fun. The coop that I have out in the yard, it is in such bad shape. I'm not sure if I can get it, if I can fix it or not. My son, in a couple weeks, my son will be able to, I'm sure, come out here and at least do a little bit of things in with the coop. Maybe it needs some screws put in or something. I don't know. No heavy lifting though, for sure. Yeah, Bumblebee, I was saying I only sold 10 eBay items and 1 Poshmark item. So slowest week ever. I don't know. It's just that I'm not listing new things, I guess. I don't know. But everybody else is complaining of things being slow too, so who knows what's going on. I'm now sort of interested in starting the seeds. After I show you what I sold, I'll show you the new seeds I bought. And I have to get some new containers. And some of these seeds I'm just going to wait on and plant them directly in the ground when it gets warmer. In like May, after May 15th here. I think I can do that. So, I know you have, your reasons for not, but I'd be trying to list whatever you have in the basement and around the house. You know, there are things in the basement that would sell, but they're too big and heavy to ship. Like, you know, I have I have appliances, not appliances, but you know, like roaster pans, electric roaster pans, and uh, with big fry pans, electric ones that you sit in your counter. I have uh, several things. I have Belgian waffle makers, and I'm sure as we uncover things, there's going to be plus Christmas items. If I will save the Christmas items that are in decent shape, especially if they're old, and those I can sell on eBay. But yeah, I mean, as far as not getting anything, putting anything new, I mean, I don't want to buy anything and add to my house. The stuff that's already here that's not listed, that's fine. I can list that. But I'm trying to dwindle things down a little bit here. Brookie Lou, you started your winter seed sowing. You have 13 started. I think that's what I have too so far. Your kids tell you it won't work? Oh, yes, it'll work. It better work. Or I have all these jugs for nothing. Yeah, let me show you what I sold. This will be a quickie. And then I'll show you the new seeds I got that I have to get jugs for to plant, because I only have like maybe 3 or 4 containers left. So let me share my screen here. Okay, these first 10 are eBay, and the last little one is from Poshmark. This is by Zenobie. It's a strappy floral top, the stretchy neck, but it had those little straps on there too. Short sleeve floral. Sold for $11.77. Went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I sent that offer out. Offered to watch her out. Okay, the next thing is one of my few cosmetics I have left. This is L'Oreal Color Rich eyeshadow number 300 Rose Nude, and it's just one little thing. I put it in I wrapped it all in bubble wrap and put it in a little bubble wrap eBay envelope. So that sold for $7.54. They paid $4.50 shipping, and it went to Pilot Mountain, North Carolina. Next thing I've had for a while, this is by Bob Mackie, Wearable Art. This is a women's extra large. I never really had any interest in this ever. So I accepted a $13 best offer. Went to Spanaway, Washington State. They paid shipping. It's zipped all the way down the front like a little jacket. Had zipper pockets. This little t-shirt sold more than that about Bob Mackie piece. J. Crew t-shirt had that. This was new with tags, and it had this cute little sparkly sunglasses there on the front. Yellow and white print. It was a women's extra small. Sold for $18.97, the sale price, and it went to Saugus, Massachusetts. Next thing is, okay, this was, this lady bought the next three things. They were all pants by Investments. I've had the most interest in this brand of any brand I've ever sold, I think. Investments, it's called. They're like career pants. These were dark gray with that pattern in on them. And the next one was sort of a brown tweed. And the next one was a navy blue. They all went to the same lady that lives in Canyon, Texas. They sold for the prices that were on them, which was, this one was $17.22. That one was $18.97, and this was $20.97. So I bundled the first two together because I fit them in a padded flat rate, but I couldn't fit three in. So this one was a separate sale, and it went in a first class because it weighed under a pound. So that was nice to get those three sales from the same person. And she's bought from me before, so maybe she bought some other investment pants that I've had on. This is a Calvin Klein swimwear cover-up. It's sort of a tunic, had an asymmetrical hem on it, was size extra large. It was just black. It had some see-through places on it, if I remember. It doesn't show up real well. But that sold for $8, best offer I took. Went to Terre Haute, Indiana. This is a little express pull-on sweater. Had these laser cuts all over. These little holes are all what they call laser cuts. And this sold for $13.77, an offer I sent out to watchers. Went to Jamestown, New York, and they paid shipping. And the last thing for eBay was a Calvin Klein stretchy, drapey front, sort of a dressy sleeveless top. Had this metal little thing that it looks like it gathered onto there, but that was just how it was. It wasn't a crossover at all. This sold for $14.77, an offer I sent out to watchers. Went to Atlanta, Georgia. And this guy that he was going to buy 10 items, but we couldn't come to a price. He lowballed me on everything. I sent back a $15 offer on this one, and he did take it. So, or no, he offered me $10 on this. I came back with a $15 offer, and I guess he accepted it. However that went. Yeah, so $15 on that item, and it went to Shelton, Washington. But I probably, if I would have accepted his whole bundle, which I didn't have one piece, he bundled everything together. It came to like $244, but I had to send him back an offer, and he wanted to pay $10 for each thing. So yeah, I don't think we were going to come to a big agreement on that. So let me see if this works. I put a couple things on. Yes. Okay. Can you see this? I hope. Oh, the Bob Mackie was from you? Yeah, it was quite a while ago. Oh, wait, I'm reading the things here. Okay. All right, this is from my long ago blog that I used to have. And I want to show you when this was from the year 2000. Now that's like 23 years ago when I had energy and I was very able to do this. I planted these gardens myself. My husband, the only thing he helped me with was when we first opened the garden. It was lawn, and we put black plastic over, killed the grass, and then got a rototiller, and he rototilled it for the first couple times for me. Other than that, I did everything myself. I had this huge garden. It was like 20 by 30. This huge garden every year until he got sick, and I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't take care of him and do the garden. I had huge flower gardens all over the yard also. I'm going to try to find pictures of my flower gardens. I didn't have time to do that when I thought of showing you these. There it is, just planted. I think these were strawberries here. And probably at this end, I had maybe blueberry plants started. I'm not sure. These were, yeah, these 2 rows. But the rest were vegetables. And I think these poles were for peas. I'm not real sure. But down here is when they started all coming up. I had a big, very lush gardens when I had my gardens. So that's how much I just loved gardening. See, this is what it looked like in April when I planted it, April 30th. And by June 26th, 2 months is what it looked like then. So I will try to look back on my blogs and show some more pictures of maybe my flower gardens. But oh, and here's a menu planning, a thing that I put. It'd be interesting to see what I ate back then. So if you want to see any old pictures of how I used to garden, here's produce from my garden. That's picking from one day here. See, there was beets, potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, squash, probably cucumbers in there. Yeah. And it was so neat. This one was in 2009. This was the year before. In this one, this was a different garden the year before. So I moved things around. The tomatoes were over here. So you have to sort of rotate your crops. So that's why I just love gardening so much. I did a lot of it when we first moved out here for a number of years. So let me get back here. And I will try to find some pictures of my flower gardens. When I look at them now, I'm amazed at how I did that. Because when I say flower gardens, they were huge amounts of them. Okay. I don't know if anybody watched the seed planting. Brookie, you must have. But I went to the store a couple days ago. I went to Walmart. I had to get some groceries. So I thought, well, I'm there. I'm going to buy some black plastic or black that covers weeds. And those gardens out there that I have now, my little raised beds, they're full of weeds. So what I'm going to try to do is cover them with that black plastic, weight it down, and see if I can kill off a lot of that way. you know, it can be covered till the middle of May, because that I can't plant outdoors till then. So yeah, see if I can do that. The other thing is, before that, I may put a fencing around there and put my chickens in there, and they will break up the soil and maybe, you know, turn a lot of that to mulch. I don't know if they'll do it soon enough for me, but I'm going to try that. But I got all these seeds, more seeds. Some of these will be planted directly into the soil, though. It won't be in the jugs. So I'll show you what flowers that I didn't get before that I got. And at Walmart, if you look hard enough, they had, on an end cap, they had seeds for 20 cents. Now, there's not that many in here, but I don't need that many seeds. They're from the American Seed Company. And they're from the United States. They're not from someplace else. So, yeah, I got Cosmos. They're tall plants that wave in the wind. You put them behind other things, you know. Bachelor buttons, 20 cents. These are short little plants you put in the front. Marigolds. I always buy marigolds anyway and put in the vegetable gardens, and they're very good to break up and put in your chicken nesting boxes. It keeps away bugs, and they will eat marigolds too. They're edible. I got Rudbeckia. You see that little bee right there? That means it's a good for pollinators. Bees like this. And on the back, I noticed some of these seeds are marked neonic, safe for bees. Safe for bees. Now, isn't that a shame that they have to put that on there? You know, on seeds nowadays. Why wouldn't flowers be safe for bees? There's some reason that some of them aren't, evidently. These are Rudbeckia. Snapdragons, another good one for pollinators. Bees. Bees like snapdragons. Now these are by Fairy Morris. They're not the 20-cent ones. Shasta Daisy. This is the whitest one. It's called Alaska. And they're tall. They're like for the background too. Daisies come in all different heights, but these are the old-fashioned high ones called Alaska. I got butterfly weed, which of course attracts butterflies. I have to get the Monodra, the bee balm yet. I haven't found that. There's two things I couldn't find. I couldn't find bee balm or Monodra, or I couldn't find Mexican sunflowers. I want those. I had those one or 2 years when I gardened a lot, and I really liked them. So butterfly weed is a good one for attracting butterflies. Nasturtiums, always plant these. These are edible. Chickens love them. You can break them up also and put in their food. They attract bees. I had planted a big yellow sunflower in one of my jugs, and so then I found this pretty autumn colored ones. They're all different autumn colors. They're about 5 feet tall though too. They're also a tall one. And this one was 50 cents instead of 20 cents for some reason. It's by the American Seed Company. Okay, the herbs that I got, I had already planted basil, parsley. Always use parsley. Thyme. Thyme, you can plant most herbs in containers too. So parsley I would plant in the garden, but you could pot thyme in a pot. But I have a herb garden out in the front here, so they will go out there. Oregano. And rosemary. Now I already planted lavender in the jugs, so I'll have that too. So those are all my herbs that I'm interested in planting. Okay, the vegetables I haven't planted yet. Cucumber. This is a regular cucumber because this was a 20 center. I got the carrots I wanted, and this for 20 cents too. These are the Danvers. I always plant this kind. They're about 7 inches long, and they come up really good. But carrots have to be planted in very loose soil with no rocks and things in them, because they'll grow around the rock, and you'll have a carrot that goes like this. So the ground underneath has to be, worked up good so it's soft and they can, because it's a root plant, Cantaloupe. When I was doing those big gardens, it's the only time that I ever had cantaloupe that I planted. It was so delicious. Cantaloupe, of course, takes a lot of room because it's a vine plant. This is non-GMO. So I wanted to try again and see what I can do. And I got the pumpkin I wanted. This is the Connecticut Field pumpkin. These are the pumpkins. They're about the size you would buy for Halloween, not huge, about this size. They can also be used for pies and food and whatever, for decorating. And also then I just cut them in half and give them to the chickens. Pumpkins are wonderful for chickens. They're dewormers. They love the seeds. They love the whole pumpkin. So I think I'm going to plant the pumpkins on the edge of my compost pile and see what happens. So I'm going to try that. It should grow really good in there. Sweet peppers. Now this is red, but I don't know if you know, but green peppers and red peppers, they're the same. When the pepper first starts, you first get the pepper on there, it's green. And then if you leave it, it turns orange. Then if you leave it, it turns red. I don't think there's any difference. They're just sweet peppers, sweet bell peppers. And these are the tomatoes I got before, the regular beefsteak tomato and the little super sweet cherry tomatoes. So I have all those yet to plant, but some of them, like I said, I'm going to plant directly in the soil, or maybe I'll even try a couple of them in pots. They'll have to be they can't be put on the deck because at night, when I put the dog out, I put him out on a rope. So if I had pots sitting on the deck, the rope would just knock over all the plants. So they'll have to go out front on the steps, out front here on the porch or on the steps in pots. So I may try that with some of the seeds from my herbs maybe, and some other things. I have plenty of seeds here. Doesn't have to be just in one place. Put the chickens to work. I would love to do that if I can get the fencing. See, the other fencing I have is in the shed, back in the shed, and it's how long is it? 140 feet long, and it's in a big clump like this. My son helped me roll it up and take it down from the yard. That was the big fencing that was in the big yard. So what I'd have to do is just take it and use part of it, bring it out. I'll have to look at it. I'm not sure. You shouldn't cut it. So you'd have to just keep some of it bundled, make a big place for the chickens to be out there, and stake it, down. I don't know if I can do that myself. And I still haven't found a handyman. But my son keeps telling me I should be waiting on the basement clear out until it gets warm, and I'd be able to and warm, and he's back in working order after his surgery, and he could be out here redoing my storm cellar doors, and my grandson could be helping me clear out the basement. But I don't want to wait that long. They can come out and help me, but they would be helping with different things. Yeah. So that is what I have to say for today. I will go back and look at that fencing and see if I can wheelbarrow it up to where I want to. Maybe Samantha will help me put it up in an area where I could open their run and I think I can do it. I'll have enough fencing for sure. It's just putting it up by myself. I don't think I can do that. So, let me see if I missed anything here. 5 in the chat. You pack it and you ship it. Recently rewatched Miss Doubtfire. Yeah, that's a great movie. Oh, that's a line from the movie. Okay, I think I got everything. So I will be doing something in the middle of the week. I'm not sure what. Wednesday, though, will probably be the day for outside things because it's supposed to be in the 60s and sunny here on Wednesday. Now, I don't know when this storm that's out west is supposed to come through here. It must be after that because I think it's supposed to then turn cold. This up and down weather is just crazy this year. So we'll see. So I'm gonna try for Wednesday. Try to get something done outside, whether I get the fencing put up and we'll let the chickens out there or what I'm gonna do. I don't know. Maybe I can get some more jugs and we can plant some more seeds. but that's not as fun watching it than the chickens. Did you notice all the subscribers I'm getting from those little shorts, the videos? The little shorts are easy for me to do, although I haven't done any in a couple days, but yeah. And some things I have, I think there's one thing I have a couple thousand views on, and several I have over 1,000 views on. Strange. Because people just zip through and watch them. I do the same thing. I just sit there and watch videos, those little short videos all the time. And each one of those views counts. But I have gotten a number of subscribers. So I think I've passed my 450. I think I'm up, or was it? I'm past 400. I'm approaching 500, I think. That's what I'm working on. So I will see you sometime in the middle of the week. Look for Wednesday or Thursday. I'll try to put them on. You never know when you edit a video and then it goes up. You never know exactly what time it's going to go up. But anyway, it'll be later in the day. So I will see you then. Thanks for joining me. Bye.